saw that coming, and it was 31-3 at half.
Yep.
I was like, what's going on? And Florida just quit. So kudos to Heupel and Tennessee for what they did down in the on the swamp on Saturday night. And then, of course, we talked about Pavia and Kentucky and Vanderbilt, and he just went out. I mean, he earned a trip to New York City.
They curb stomped Kentucky.
Good Lord. I thought they would win, but not like that.
Yeah, I was the same way. Like, I thought that Kentucky would keep it close, and they didn't. And so I'm with you. On both of those games, I did not think that they went the way that I thought they were going to go.
I did get the Preds correct. I thought the Preds would beat 5-0. I beat 3-0.
Well, but
no,
I am going to do it, though, because I was there watching the whole game. Like, there were 2 empty net goals. That was such a frustrating game because they played well enough to win, and they just couldn't score. They can't score. That is the –
all right, I will default to you. I wasn't there. I listened to the game on the radio.
I was talking to Willie and all of them afterwards. Like, it should have been 3-1. And it's just, that is what is so frustrating.
And then Sunday, I'm telling you, and I'm going to go throw it out there. Our question of the day, and it's about Cam Ward. I am absolutely 100% sold on Cam Ward. If you are not, I want to hear why you're not sold on Cam Ward after what I saw yesterday on that field. He is surrounded by almost zero talent.
Yep.
And the guy played his tail off yesterday. So I'm all in on Cam Ward. I am all in on Cam Ward. I know DK had a great day. Our boy Restrepo got in, caught a couple of passes. But other than that, I mean, he's running for his life. I am sold on Cam Ward.
I'm with you. Yeah. I mean, I think you put talent around him, he's going to be fine. I will give credit to Mike McCoy and his staff. I thought this team would have given up by now, and they haven't. They've fought. They have fight. They're not good, but they have fight. And, you kind of look at that game yesterday. I think that's a great example of a team that is still fighting and, is like, look, we're going to go out there and do everything we can to win a ball game. I don't know if they're going to do it. Again, I don't think they're good enough to do that. But I thought Cam played his butt off. I thought DK played his butt off. Look, everybody that's, excited about DK right now, he's not a number 1 wide receiver, and I don't think he ever will be. No. But he can certainly be a 2 or a 3, and he's your return guy.
There's your return guy, man.
He reminds me of a young Derek Mason in the sense that he can do multiple things. Now, Derek, he's a better receiver, but I think that DK has shown he can do multiple things. And so there's a piece for the future. And I'll tell you another guy, Winston Jr., that's a piece for the future. That's a player. And he's just going to get better. Like, the healthier he gets and more acclimated to the NFL. But I've seen that guy the last few weeks make a couple of plays. I like him.
They were down 23-3 in the third quarter. Seattle went down 3 plays, 76 yards, scored a touchdown. They're down 23-3. I'm like, oh, this will be fun. They'll get a garbage touchdown. It'll be 37-10. But, man, Cam just like, all right, we're going to play. I mean, he was running for his life, hitting open receivers. I don't know why Brian Callahan ever made him stand still in the pocket. I mean, the 5- and 7-step drops when you have a terrible offensive line. I'm like, what? I'm not smart, but I'm not stupid. And I know when it's not – I know when something's not working. And a 7-step drop for Cam Ward's not working with an offensive line that can't block us.
Right.
So roll him out, do the bootlegs, put him in motion. And it was fun watching him yesterday. If you're not sold on Cam Ward after what you saw yesterday, no turnovers, running for his life against one of the best defenses in the National Football League, what's going to take you to be sold on him? I don't get it. Let me know why you're not sold on him, and then let me know why you are sold on him. I was really I know they lost the game, and you should never be happy losing. Never be happy losing. I don't care how tough you play it or whatever. Never be happy losing. But the fight, my goodness, the fight they had yesterday was something we had not seen in quite a while.
Yep. 615-737-1025 is our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. What is our question of the day?
Well, that is it. Cam Ward, Are you sold on him? I'm sold on him. What would it take? If you're not sold on Cam Ward, I need to know why you're not sold on him. That's our question today. Pretty simple. I want to know why you're not sold on Cam Ward. Guys and ladies, he's got no talent around him. Zero. That offensive line is awful. Awful. I mean, but you got a good young tight end and Gunnar. I think Chick's not playing bad either. Chick's blocking pretty well. So you got that. You got DK on the outside who's doing. What else do you have? Our boy Restrepo came in and made a huge catch yesterday. So you've got some building blocks going forward. But that defense, Chihuahua. I mean, Amani Hooker getting beat on a play like that, that's terrible. So, he got pushed off. Hey, if the ref don't call it, he ain't getting pushed off, right? That's what's happening. But I need to know about Cam Ward. I sat there and I kind of rewatched the game last night on YouTube and the quick highlights. I'm like, this guy's got something. He's better than Jackson Dart. He's better than the other guys that got drafted with him. I'm telling you, they got something right there.
They do. They do indeed. And so, it's like you said, you keep building these pieces. And this is where the little bit of that hope comes in. But again, you put a good team around Cam, and I think he can do things. I mean, that's what's fun about this.
Well, and look what the Bears have done with Caleb Williams. They've put a good team around him. And can we have a whole hour to talk about Kevin Byard? I am still stunned why Rand Carthon picked on Kevin Byard to be gone. Kevin Byard might be having the best year he's ever had in the National Football League. And don't come at me, boy, he's getting old. I'm telling you, Tom Brady broke the mold on when somebody gets old.
Yeah.
At 40. Matthew Stafford is 30. Look what he's doing. I know the quarterbacks. I get all that. But Clay Campbell's playing his butt off for Arizona. And he's what Byard's doing right now. And you had Byard here. I mean, that 21 team, just to knock it down and get rid of everybody, I just don't get it. Terrible.
Yeah, I don't get it either. And look, I know there's a lot of Darnold love in this town. And he's done a good job. Yeah, I'll give him credit. But I think the Titans have their guy. And they just need to continue to build around him. You got to get an offensive line.
Who love?
Darnold.
I know. I just know one guy ranting about him.
Well,
that's it.
Yeah.
I'll give me Cam Ward. I'll give me Cam on this team. You think Sam Darnold could have avoided that stuff yesterday? Hell no.
Probably not.
Probably not. But no, I'm telling you, man. And I just think what we saw yesterday from him, once you together and have something going forward that you could be really proud of.
I am with you. 615-737-1025 is our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. And, of course, the question of the day is presented by Aries Tactical. Your safety, your skill, your Aries Tactical. We're also going to be giving away some AEW tickets later on in the show. So, Cam Ward, you sold or not? Because I think we can go through yesterday's game and all agree that was, even though they lost, you're definitely seeing some improvement when it comes to the play of the quarterback. So do you have some optimism of, when things are right around him, could he be the guy? We'll discuss that and much more live at Circa Sports here in Franklin, Kentucky at the Mint at Kentucky Downs. Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chase a Big Joe, 102.5, the game on this Monday, live at Circus Sports up here in Kentucky. The Titans lose yesterday, which, look, that's going to continue to be a theme. It is what it is. But are they showing signs of improvement? I would say the answer to that is yes, considering they were down, what was it?
23-3.
23-3.
Yes, sir.
And they battled back. The game changed when DK ran the punt back. And where I was sitting, I had like a really good view of the entire field. And you could just tell with him when he kind of went to the right, realized there was nothing there, doubled back to the left. And at that point, everybody had followed him to the right. And he had that look like he had one blocker in front of him and said, you stay in front of me. And he was gone. And he knew it. Like the vision he has on a return. Like, I think he's a really smart player when it comes to that. I know he's had the one fumble, but I mean, when was the last time you had a player return 2 punts for a touchdown for the Titans? I mean,
ever? I don't know.
Was it Mariani?
Mariani had a pretty good year in 2010. I don't know, man, after that. I'm not sure, but to see him do that now, it's been such a problem for so many years with this football team. Now they get somebody just, all right, you got this, you can do this. And once that position is solidified, great. I mean, that guy, how many returners have they gone through in the last 10 years?
Oh, who knows?
Right? Over and over and over again. So
Ryan Mouton,
there's been Ryan Mouton,
Darius Raynaud. Like, I mean, they've had some bad ones.
The only fight Ryan Mouton had was on Twitter.
Yeah,
he had none on the football field.
Cam was 28 of 42, 256 yards and a touchdown. He was sacked 4 times. I mean, that's going to be the theme. He had 37 rushing yards, including a rushing touchdown as well on 6 carries. I thought you really got to see the full complement of his ability. Now, with that said, they got to fix the rushing attack. They have no run game, and I think the offensive line probably plays a big role in that. But
yeah,
because I've heard some people say Tony Pollard's done. I don't think that's the case, but I think that they certainly have to address fixing the run game.
Great stat for you is that Cam Ward was hit 11 times yesterday.
Yeah.
11 times. You know how many times Sam Darnold was hit yesterday? Take a guess.
How many?
Yeah, I want you to guess.
By the way, Terry McCormick says Darius Raynaud in 2012 returned 2 in the same game.
Oh, thank you, Terry.
How many times was he hit yesterday? I'm going to say 0.
He's hit 3 times.
3 times?
3 times.
1 sack, though.
1 sack.
They got 1? Oh, yeah. That's right. Arden Key got to him 1 time.
Arden Key got to him 1 time, right? So, I mean, it's not a really big deal, but it just adds to the Cam Ward part of the pressure. He's getting hit and everything else. I'm telling you, something clicked watching him in the second half yesterday, running, and then he does a McNair-like touchdown where he just sacrifices himself and gets in the end zone where he had like 5 guys who were playing bumper pool with him, and he got in end zone and scored a touchdown. And just he kept fighting. Is that what you want from your quarterback? Hell yeah, I do. So I was like, all right, you got DK. Iomanner's going to come back. I still love I'm telling you, Restrepo's got something. I know he had a couple of catches.
He has earned another game. And look, I'm going to say this, and I need to text Derek. Derek, if you're listening, respond to what I'm about to say. I want to know Derek's thoughts on the contested catch in the end zone. Because I hear people go, well, you got to make that catch. I thought that was really good defense. You know, I don't blame Restrepo. I think he went up for the ball, but you're going up against a really good DB who I think made a good play.
Yeah, sometimes it happens, but he was in position.
Yeah,
I'll defend him all day long.
Does one of the top receivers in this league make that catch? Maybe.
Right.
Maybe, but still, like I thought that was.
Yeah, I love it on social media after the game. Everybody's quick. Your boy didn't do anything. I mean, okay, he's in the game fighting and trying to get opportunities.
He had 2 catches for 26 yards.
What do you want, people? I mean, I tell you, there was fighting. I know they lost. Don't accept the loss. I get that. But something about that offense and watching Cam and then Gunnar Helm getting open, and there's some good stuff here.
Helm's a player, man.
Now, Brinker could just remove himself from the draft room and let Borgonzi work. I think you might have something. And don't
Well-
be stupid in free agency and sign massive contracts to guys who just don't give a damn.
Okay, so I want to do something real quick. What you just said about the draft, because I think it's pretty clear this was Borgonzi's draft.
Yeah.
It's starting to make sense. All right, Cam Ward, we're seeing progress.
Yeah.
We're sold. We're good. Femi Oladejo,
Nope.
I think, is the one that might be Kevin Dodd.
You don't take a project.
Yeah,
You don't take
not with a
project.
second round pick.
Right.
He was showing some signs, but still, for a second round pick, no. Kevin Winston, I'm seeing a player.
Right.
Seeing a player. Chim DK, player. Gunnar Helm, player. Alec Iomanner, player. Jackson Slater, don't know. Marcus Harris, he's played some.
2 tackles yesterday.
Yeah. And then Khalil Mullins, don't know, he's been hurt.
Right. Marcus Harris had 2 pass deflections. I mean, I not interceptions, but hey,
Yeah.
not
It's a 6th round pick.
your guy didn't catch the ball. It's pretty good. T'Vondre Sweat. I mean, 1 tackle, right?
Well, okay. So now let's look at that. J.C. Latham, very, very, very concerned. T'Vondre Sweat, concerned.
Yep.
Cedric Gray, I think he's a player.
He had 7 tackles, 6 solo.
Yep. Jarvis Brownlee.
See ya.
Jaquan Jackson, not even on the team. James Williams, is he on the team?
Yeah, he had 1 tackle yesterday.
Jalen Harrell.
No. Did he play or was he on?
I don't think he's really done anything.
Nope.
Skoronsky, he's been okay.
Yeah.
Levis, no. Tajay Spears, I mean, if he can stay healthy, I mean, he shows flashes.
4 for 21 receiving yesterday and 3 for 4 running.
Yeah. So that's where you're at.
Yeah. So I think Borgonzi drafted a few playmakers. I
Yep.
mean, in DK and Iomanner. And I mean, Slater could fit in there later on as he learns the game better in the National Football League. But yeah, I'm concerned with Latham. I'm concerned with Cushenberry. I'm concerned with Dan Moore Jr. I mean, there's a lot of concerns that go on there, and that's why Cam was running for his life yesterday. But I like Gunnar Helm. I like DK, and I think there's a few building blocks there going forward.
Yeah. Joey from Gallatin said, "Don't tempt Trey. He will call in and tell you about how bad Cam is."
But he hasn't seen him play. He's just heard about him.
No, he's seen him once.
Oh, okay.
8-3 or Devin and Dixon. Boy, Big Joe is that. Another one saying about bringing Trey out. Jeremy in Clarksville, Restrepo for president. Titans fans. When he made his first catch, that stadium got loud.
Good.
Like I was like, and we got in our section, catch this strep.
You should. I mean, I don't know why people are against him. I had this long talk with Chris and Derek on the pregame show yesterday about, they're like, when you bring up Restrepo, what's the first thing, when Restrepo comes to mind, what's the first thing comes to your mind?
That they played together in Miami.
No, that he ran a 4.8.
Oh, well.
That's it. It's like, he ran a 4.8. He ran a 4.8. And it's, I mean, Chris and Derek made good points. I mean, how often are you running a straight 40-yard dash down the field? You're not.
Look, he's not the fastest receiver, but I thought he hung with his protection. I mean, now he was targeted 6 times and only had 2 catches. I thought he had 3, but so I mean, look, that's not great, but a lot of them were contested.
Yeah. Yep. And then Jacksonville comes in this weekend. He's earned him another start and see what happens. I just, again, man, down 23-3 yesterday. I was like, this is it. They're going to get beat. They'll score more touchdown. It'll be like 37-10. And just watch them fight and come back, and DK with the punt return and everything that happened. I don't know, man. You got a coach that's not going to be back here in less than 2 months. And, McCoy's job isn't easy. I mean, I bet half the team's not even listening to him. I've been in those locker rooms, even when college is like, oh, this coach, good gosh. And I'm sure the NFL guys are the same way. It happens at every level. I just think, as 0247 says, as far as I'm concerned, the young guns have been the highlight of the season. I think the fact that you're seeing some of this young talent show you something should make you optimistic. Yeah.
Now, when can they put all that together? I don't know. But the fact that you got guys like Winston and DK, making plays, Cam making plays, obviously Restrepo, contributing as well. That is a positive sign. So 615-737-1025. We will continue to take your calls, take your texts. Coming up next, live from Circa Sports in Franklin, Kentucky, it's Chasing Big Joe on 1025 The Game. The Animal Batista bringing us back. Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game here on this Monday, a Reaction Monday live at Circa Sports up here in Franklin, Kentucky at the Mint at Kentucky Downs. Taking more of your calls and texts on the Titans, 615-737-1025. John McClain will join us at 2 o'clock as we react to a full football weekend. College as well is beat downs by both Tennessee and Vanderbilt. Sets up a showdown in Knoxville coming up Saturday.
Can't wait. This is the biggest game in the history of Vanderbilt and Tennessee, at least in our generational era. I mean, there might have been games in the 30s and 40s that were, important. But I mean, I can't. I'm going back to like 1970, and I can't recall one as big as it is right now.
Agreed. Adam in Portland says Xavier Restrepo reminds me a lot of Jawan Jennings. He just finds a way to get open. People hated him coming out of the draft too. That's why he fell. But I knew he was a dog, just like Restrepo. That's an interesting comparison.
It is, because they are literally no
they're different receivers,
physical stature, and
but
that.
But to his point, like that, but Jawan Jennings has hung around. Like he's
getting paid well,
and he earned another contract, and so I certainly understand that part of the comparison, even though they're two completely different receivers.
Well, I mean, the seventh, I still like. How do you not take if the Titans when John Robbins was here, not take a flyer on this guy in the 7th round? Niners got him the 7th round of what, 2020 draft, I think it was.
Yeah.
Wait, 15, 16, 16. Yeah, the 2020 draft. And then don't get me started on Trey Smith. You know, it goes in the 6th round when you could have had those guys here. Just some crucial mistakes. But, yeah, I mean, there's the things. Like Jennings, like, oh, he can't do this. And now he's made a nice little career. And Restrepo, I just don't understand the absolute hate for Restrepo. I don't understand that. Well, if he's not drafted, and if he was any good, they put him in there. I mean, guys get up.
Well,
because Edelman and Amendola, what are the guys?
Amendola.
There you go. Thank you. I mean, there are guys like that have peppered throughout the National Football League in history who've done that. Steve Largent's was drafted, got cut by the Oilers because they didn't think he was any good. And he's a Hall of Fame receiver. I'm not saying Restrepo's that, but he's a guy that's willing to come in and fight and play his tail off. Do you not want 53 of those?
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. Look, well, I think there's just this stigma with people that think they know more than they actually do, and they want to say, "Oh, he was undrafted, so he must suck."
Right.
Well, he made a practice squad for an NFL team, so I'm not going to say he sucks. Then,
right.
Then, and yes, it's out of default. He finally gets called up, and he makes 2 catches for 26 yards in the National Football League, which is 2 more catches and 26 more yards that you and I have caught.
Correct.
In the National Football
That's right.
League. There's one person that is going to be on the air today on this radio station that can speak a little more on that, and his name is Derek.
Yeah, right. I'm with you, man. And it's like I was hoping some of those catches, like, oh, touchdown. But, again, the fight was there, and all those guys came together in the second half and did that. Defense is a lot of work, but I know you're 1-10. You're still a terrible football team. I get all that, man, but I mean, this comeback story, whether it's next year or the year after on, I mean, it could be really exciting because now that you got a quarterback who is fighting and fighting and fighting every time he's on the field, which is something to take account for. And I just really think it's good. And you see that, you got the opportunity. Shedeur Sanders, opportunity yesterday, 11 for 20, 210 yards, 1 touchdown. I know it was an out pass he threw to Dylan Sampson that ran. I get that. But still, that bomb he threw down the field on the run off 1 foot. I mean,
he got Chip Kelly fired.
He did, right? See ya. I think it's great, man. These guys coming in and get the opportunities, present yourself every time. That great speech Tom Brady gave when they retired his number in New England, he said, I'm no better than anybody else. I just refused to quit. I worked hard. I took advantage of my opportunity.
Yeah.
And that's how he got it.
Yeah, the Raiders are such a mess, though. Corey says, hey, guys, next game, please pay attention to the sidelines when there's a tough decision to be made. Guess who's in every clip? My man, Bones Fossil. He's running the team. Go, Bones. Whoever the next coach is, I think, needs to consider keeping him because this is the best the special teams has looked in a long time.
Oh, I totally agree. And
if it's Mike McCarthy, that was his special teams coach in Dallas, so I would think that would be no problem.
Yeah, I'm seeing a little bit here and there about his name popping up. I mean, nothing really like from a trusted source, but like here's a guy that could come in and really do this and work with Kim. I mean, he won a Super Bowl. How many Super Bowl winning coaches are out there?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great question. I guess just him.
Just him?
Yeah.
Oh, Belichick.
Well,
nobody wants that nightmare. What a disaster that is North Carolina with him. What
they lost to Duke, right?
Absolute disaster. I know they lost to Wake Forest.
Yeah, I think they lost to Duke.
I don't remember what the thing was.
What do you think of this? 1978 says Restrepo is Mason Kinsey, but with talent.
Huh?
I think he's bigger than Mason Kinsey. But
Are you talking stature or like other things?
yeah,
Because I tell you what, Mason Kinsey isn't. He wasn't the all-time leading pass catcher in the history of the University of Miami.
was Kinsey even in the game yesterday?
That's a good point. I don't. Do you
I don't
not
think he
know?
was actually.
I don't know.
He didn't. He did not record a catch, so I don't, or a target. So I don't think so. I mean, you look at, and this is what was interesting. Of the 28 passes that were caught, they were caught by 8 different people. So he spread the ball around.
He did.
Gunnar Helm had 6 receptions. DK had 5. Prochet Okonkwo had 3. Restrepo had 2. The third one was the one that was called back for the hold. Pollard and Spears had 4, and Van Jefferson had 1. So
Yeah, I mean, he's taking advantage of what the defense is giving him and throwing the ball out there. I just, they got Jacksonville this week. We'll see what happens. Jacksonville with a win at Arizona going forward. So, I mean, it's another opportunity to see what you can do, and I'm all for it, man. Again, you got interim coaches telling you what to do and where to go and all that other good stuff. So, it is it's something to be remarkable, man.
And to go back to something I said earlier, if you look at the defense, who's leading the charge with total tackles? Kevin Winston Jr. with 10, Cedric Gray with 7.
And I need to watch more because, Sweat had 1 tackle. I told you all the time, the job of the defensive lineman is to keep the blockers off your linebackers and make them tackles. So those guys had 16, 17 tackles, your linebackers, which is great, and coming up and hammering at the line of scrimmage, which is good. And so it's a work in progress. The team got really bad quickly. It's going to take a while to get them good again. And that's with smart drafts. You look at smart drafts across the entire league. That's what it's done. So I think they got a guy in place now who knows what he's doing. And Borgonzi can figure this out and just leave him alone.
Would you consider? I mean, we know that this defense, and look, I'll give Denard Wilson credit too because this defense has been fighting. Would you consider as you go through the build and play the draft, bringing a guy like Cody Barton or Arden Key back as contributing pieces? Because, like, I don't think Arden Key's the best, obviously, but he's a solid player. Cody Barton, I think, has been really good in the middle with Cedric Gray, and his, as a veteran, has kind of helped make these guys better. So I think you do have to consider that. And I think Barton's on a 1-year deal, and I think he's up after this year.
I mean, if Borgonzi thinks they're contributing and doing things away from the ball, and if they're getting blocked down the field, why are you getting blocked down the field? Are you taking it on the block, or someone else makes a tackle? There's a lot of intangibles that go through that. So yeah, I mean, and Arden Key getting the sack yesterday, I think he's still a loudmouth, but keep making plays. And you can be a loudmouth if you're making plays. Nobody cares. And so that was a nice sack yesterday for them. And so, I mean, again, I get it. You're 1-10. There's a lot of things going on that, you'd like to have back. A lot of games you're out of. I mean, the first half, they've played well for the most part.
Okay.
Yesterday wasn't, but then they came back yesterday and really rallied in the second half, which was something to hang your hat on because that's a really good Seattle football team.
Corey Curtis just told me that Cody Barton has a multi-year contract. So thank you, Corey. So that's good. I think Barton is a good contributing player.
Man, they've lost 6 in a row. I
know. But again, and like, I don't want this to sound how it sounds. Winning is everything. I want to see them win. I'm not as focused on the record right now. I'm focused on seeing the young players get better.
Yeah, I throw them all out there.
Because that is what is more important long term.
Oh, yeah.
Is that you're seeing Cam Ward and seeing all these young players improve. And I think we can say that they have, even given the circumstances. I mean, actually, what this is telling me is, like, I don't think Mike McCoy is a good coach, but it showed me how bad Brian Callahan was.
Yeah, right. Just terrible.
And so it's like at least McCoy is getting the fight out of these players, and they're showing signs of improvement.
They are. I'm looking at Chig,
not all of them, but
right.
some of them.
So you got Chig, Gunnar Helm, DK, Io Manor. I mean, guys that have Chig 35 catches, Helm 30, DK 28, Io Manor 28. I mean, rookies that's got in the end zone, and they're doing well. I mean, so you got some good building blocks going forward. You got to ride out 6 more games this year and see how the how the progression goes with those guys. And, maybe Restrepo is that guy that can step in there and get it done. I mean, that's a good thing. We should see they should give these guys all the time in the world to play these next 6 games so they can do. And again, I was talking to Derek yesterday about Mike McCoy and the job. He's got a tough job. I know he makes $100,000 multiple. I get all that. But, I mean, you walk in that place and you're an interim head coach and you're still trying to fight and let you guys win. And, you can get on about not being conservative and why are you punting and why are you kicking or all this other stuff that goes on. That's just not an ideal situation you want to be in. And it's a no-win situation, really, with this really not a lot of talent on your football team. So go out. You got Jacksonville this weekend. See what you can do. You can't worry about the other 10 games that you've lost. Just go out and take care of the work on Sunday versus Jacksonville.
615-737-1025. Continue with the calls, the texts. However you want to communicate, you can do that. 615-737-1025. It's Chase and Big Joe live at Circus Sports up here in Kentucky. 1025 The Game. Jason Big Joe 102.5 The Game on this Monday. We're live at Circus Sports. Brandon Bigsby's back at the Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Game Nashville Studios, home of the $99 yearly Beehive membership with a buzz. It's always about great service in our show presented by the Omni Nashville Hotel.
Brando.
Of course, reacting to the Titans' loss yesterday, but seeing some signs of improvement from the football team. Adam in Portland says, I wanted to give oh, is that you, Adam? He's like, I wanted to give y'all a hug, but the lady wouldn't let me come in there.
Where is he?
I don't know. Well, somebody just waved at us, and I guess that was Adam. So thank you, Adam.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah. Our bad. We would have come and said hi. So.
We would have. Joy from Bellevue's got a good one. Doug Peterson is available and won a Super Bowl. Big Joy, he catch my breath again. Those stairs.
Oh, yeah.
He walked up 5 stairs at JBJ's, did not take the elevator. And I thought, Joey, I thought you were going to die. So we were there to help you to call 911 if you needed it. So I'm glad you made it up the steps yesterday at JBJ's downtown. I think Peterson ruined his good fortune by how bad he was with the Jags. So I don't think he'll be talked about again. Not at all.
I don't know. I would consider him maybe as an offensive coordinator.
No, we're talking head coach.
Yeah,
nope.
I don't think head coach.
No,
I don't know. I mean, look, he did win a Super Bowl. So winning a Super Bowl, certainly gets you, certainly gets you an extra pass than it would other things.
I mean, get you a little cachet, but then you go to Jacksonville and you were terrible. They couldn't wait to get rid of you in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
So now, I mean, you won the Super Bowl, and you're like, all right, what could you do when the talent wasn't there? Could you coach guys and get him going? And he couldn't do it, and so they got rid of him, and then they moved on to who they have now, and that's the Liam Cohen guy. And so, I mean, look, I'm Saleh, Art Smith, Matt Nagy. I mean, there are a few. There's Adam in Portland right there. Hey, buddy. There's a few that I look at, but I still like Robert Saleh. I mean, I like a guy because he's not going to call offensive plays. He's going to get a coordinator to work with Cam Ward exclusively. He's not going to do that. I think that's to me the selling point for Robert Saleh. But I think you got to get a head coach in here who's had experience and knows, like, all right, I'm going to do it my way. I did it your way. It didn't work. I'm going to do it my way now. That's why I like Art, Matt, or Robert Saleh.
Kenny the mailman wants to weigh in. Kenny, what's up? Kenny, you there?
Hello?
Hey, we got you.
I'm not kidding. This is Eric.
Oh, Eric. Hi, Eric. Well, I'm just reading the screen, Eric. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right. Well, I've been trying to call earlier. They had some phone issues. I don't know if it was mine or y'all's end because there was a lot of humming, but finally got through.
Lot of humming, right?
I'm pretty sure that Kenny will appreciate you comparing him to me.
Well, I don't. The voices are very similar between you and him, and I like calling that show as much as I can to talk to the guys every chance I get.
Okay, before I get to my Cam Ward stuff, Joe, I wanted to ask you, were you at the game yesterday?
I was not.
Oh, okay. I thought I saw somebody look like you. I was going to walk up and say hello because they're on the big orange UT, but I'm glad I did. Oh, you should have.
So. You mean there was another big, fat, bloated, broke guy there? Oh, I need to get with this guy. I need a body double.
Okay, George I did it again. I'm sorry, Joe. Sorry.
George? Now, hold on a second, Eric. You called me from 3 to 5 over 94.9 The Fan. Parker Kelly, flag this phone call, will you?
It's just one of those days. But anyway, guys, as far as Cam yesterday, I was real proud of the way he fought back, guys. And, of course, I was hearing a lot of people saying beforehand, we should bench him for the rest of the year. There were some people even saying that in off-season trade him and draft another quarterback. And I was even hearing people say, let's cut him, which I thought was really insane. I'm definitely more optimistic. I definitely think he's a quarterback of the future, and you got to try and trade whatever picks we got to get a haul for him if we get wind up with a first-round pick again. Of course, the one thing I'm still kind of a little bothered by, of course, is the early slow starts and also the fact that the first drive I thought we should have had a touchdown. Mm-hmm. I think Cam got sacked, and I think there was a penalty. But what was real frustrating was the drive where I guess is that we caught the ball and got out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. I thought we should have went out of bounds. Then we had the first play, which was a good play. And then we were called for 12 men in the offensive huddle, which I thought that was weird. And then we had a good running play or whatever the play we had the next play. And then Peter Skronsky was called for holding. And it's just so frustrating when we have the plays where we're having good drives and we get bogged down with penalties or sacks or just whatever. And then we either wind up having to settle for field goals or punting the ball. But I was proud of the way Cam fought and the way he played yesterday. And even though we didn't win, the last 3 games, guys, it was a 7-point loss, a 3-point loss, and a 6-point loss. But, of course, close on the counts and horseshoes and hand grenades. But hopefully we've only got 3 home games left. I'm hoping we'll see a home win before the season's over. Guys, y'all take care, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Kenny. I mean, Eric.
I've never played horseshoes and hand grenades. I don't want to play that game.
Yeah.
Doesn't it count in pocket pool, too? That's what my grandpa told me.
Maybe. Adam Schefter reporting that the Browns are officially naming Shedeur Sanders their starting quarterback moving forward.
Yep.
So there you go.
For him. Although the graphic on ESPN is completely different.
I think that's a replay. So this was 20 minutes ago. This just came out.
Oh,
so.
okay.
Yeah, so there you go. Shedeur Sanders starting quarterback for the Browns, which is, I guess, a prediction that a lot of people had to start the year.
Why not? Again, it's like Restrepo, all the hate. I just go out there and see what he can do. If he falls on his face, then you can gloat. I told you so. But what if he doesn't? What if he's actually successful? Huh? What are you going to do then? Like Restrepo. Y'all were so quick. Not y'all. Few of y'all. You know who you are. We're quick just to slam him. Oh, right. Then that's like, well, he didn't score a touchdown. All right, well, I mean, he contributed yesterday. Not everybody scores a touchdown. Walter Payton didn't score a touchdown in every game, but he contributed, and I thought that Restrepo contributed when called upon.
Yep, I agree. John wants to weigh in. John, what's up? Is John there?
Hello?
You there?
What's up, John?
Y'all have your calls mixed up. This is Scott from Clarksville.
Hey, Scott. What's up, man?
How y'all doing?
Good, buddy.
Hope I didn't miss the window. Y'all kind of touched on it a few minutes ago about the rest of the season. And, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'd like to think as a coach, of course you always want to win, but where we're at the season, I would like to think as a coach and maybe as a GM, like you said, maximizing the younger guys' time in the game.
Yes.
That way, at the end of the season, you actually got a sample to know which direction you need to go in the draft. See what we actually have with the players we have. That way, it may change where we go in the draft. And also, I hated it yesterday during the game, man. This every snap, Cam was under duress. He's definitely got heart, and I've been sold on him since the beginning of the season. In fact, I've already bought a couple of his rookie cards. Beckett Gem Mint 10 and a PSA Gem Mint 10. So hopefully they're worth some money one of these days.
Look at you, Scott. Good job.
And also Restrepo, I was sold on him too. I mean, look at the names he's ahead of in the all-time receiving records in Miami.
Right.
And the chemistry him and Cam have is undeniable. And I mean, keep him in. Let's see him play. I mean, he came in and contributed in a short time in the game yesterday. And I know, everybody says he's a 4.8 guy. He's a 4.8 guy. Well, leading up to that bad run, he was consistently running, like a 4.5, 4.53. And I mean, he just always reminds me of Welker and Amendola. I mean, he could be that guy for you. Give him a chance.
Absolutely. And, we've had Tim Hasselbeck on. Tim Hasselbeck called his games at Miami and said every time he got on the field, he was the least talented, the least athletic, but the best receiver on the field. That means Scott, you're right. That means he's working, and they've got some sort of camaraderie together that him and Cam do. I got no problem putting him in there. So you're smart buying those cards, Scott. Well done, buddy.
All right, guys. Have a good day. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. I think our phones are having some issues too, but 615-737-1025. We'll have more coming when it comes to the Titans, but coming up next, we thought there could be some wins, but they were dominant wins.
You could say we were wrong. I don't mind.
They were dominant wins for both Tennessee and Vanderbilt. What does that mean moving forward with a showdown in Knoxville coming up on Saturday? We'll discuss that and react to that coming up next. Chase and Big Joe, we're live today at Circus Sports at the Mint at Kentucky Downs here on 102.5 The Game.
Hey guys, Big Joe here. Look, we talk all the time about anxiety and depression. Just two words that can wreck your life if you let them. And man, sadly, most of us lead lives of quiet desperation, but it does not have to be that way. That's why we're so honored to be partnering with Unity Psychiatric Care, based right here in Middle Tennessee, to get you back on track and living the life you deserve. You know, reaching out to someone and talking to someone changed my life, and I want the same for you. Here's all you got to do. Just go to GameNashville.com. Click on the Chase and Big Joe show. There on the right side, you will see a link for Unity Psychiatric Care and start taking back your life. It's private. It is secure. It's confidential. And they offer telehealth. Listen, nobody's got to know. I just need you to reach out because, as I tell you all the time, our world is a better place because you are here. Or you can call 1-888-508-8002. That's 1-888-508-8002. Also, this is important. You may be the one who notices a loved one isn't doing well, and you could be that person to turn their life around. And again, just go to GameNashville.com, click on the Chase and Big Joe show, and there on the right is all the information you need for Unity Psychiatric Care. We love you guys so much, and help is just around the corner. So take back your life, and please know you don't have to go through any of this alone.
Hour number 2, Chasing Big Joe on a 2-5 The Game here on this Monday. We're live at Circa Sports in Kentucky, here at the Mint at Kentucky Downs. So having a big time up here today and reacting to a big football weekend, both in the college and pros, and of course the Titans falling yesterday to the Seattle Seahawks. Do you think Lane Kiffin's out? You think he's going to LSU?
I do not. I think he stays because I think had he said, I'm going to LSU, it had already been out, and Ole Miss would have been pissed and would have said, you're not going to coach the game and all this other stuff going forward. I think he stays. I think he'd be a fool to go to LSU. I get LSU's a great job, but what he's done at Ole Miss, he's got a chance right now to really do something special that's never been done there. Stay there. You're good.
615-737-1025. So Tennessee, Vanderbilt at 9-2, which is amazing. Tennessee at 8-3. Vandy still has a college football playoff spot on the line. Tennessee playing for pride at this point and wanting to ruin Vandy's season. But I think we both can agree that we were very surprised with the scores, the way they were. 45-17 for Vanderbilt, and then Tennessee, for the first time since 2003, goes down to the Swamp and beats Florida, and they do it convincingly 31-11.
Good Lord. I mean, I had no idea that was going to happen. And then, but see, that was a time where Heupel's offense in Knoxville was ran to perfection. I mean, they were quick. Aguilar was great. They were running. They were hitting. They were open guys and moving down the field. And Florida had no time to react. And that's the point of that offense, is you don't let the defense make substitutions and have time to react. And they just went down the field and got it done. And then the Tennessee defense, I mean, they were pounding Lagway, pounding him. And every time he dropped back to pass, he was worried he's going to get a hit or not. And that's what you want to do. But congrats. I mean, and so now it leads up to what we got on Saturday in Neyland. You got an 8-3 Tennessee team taking on a 92 Vanderbilt team. And before I was like, all right, if Tennessee beats Florida pretty handily down there, they're going to handle Vanderbilt in Saturday in Neyland. But this Vanderbilt team is so experienced. And I'm telling you, Chase McCabe and Mike Organ, if you're listening, you know what I'm talking about. Vanderbilt has never had this much speed on a football team ever.
Yep.
Vanderbilt has a ton of speed. We all know what's one thing you can't coach? Speed. So I think it's a pick 'em. I don't know what's going to happen Saturday. After watching Pavia Willie play against Kentucky and the Vanderbilt secondary and the receivers and how fast they are, I was like, goodness, Vanderbilt's never had this. They've never had the speed up there. So listen, UT fans, Pavia ran his mouth. He said, we're going to run the state. You got everything sitting in front of you on Saturday up at Neyland Stadium. I think it might be one of the most electric atmospheres we've ever seen.
Oh, I agree with you. And look, Tennessee's playing well. I mean, Aguilar is throwing the ball well. He's taking care of the ball. I mean, Deshaun Bishop was phenomenal. 24 catches, 116 yards. Or I'm sorry, rushing. 24 carries, 116 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then receiving, Ethan Davis had 5 catches, 72 yards. But, you get that run game going, it's going to make for a great game. But if Vandy can do what they have done all year, and Pavia can be the good Pavia, then they could go up there and win.
Right. Oh,
because I will say this: as big of a Vanderbilt fan as I am, they got to go get the signature road win.
Yeah, right.
I mean, South Carolina, okay, that was good at the time, but doesn't look as good now.
Oh, I totally agree.
So Virginia Tech doesn't look as good now. So you go to Knoxville and get that signature win. That might be all the committee needs to see.
Yeah, and you're sitting there at 10-2, and that's why you wanted Tennessee to beat Florida. This is the first time ever that Vanderbilt and Tennessee go play each other. They're both ranked in the top 20. First time ever. And there's so much at stake here. Just go for Vanderbilt. Don't worry about the playoff standings tomorrow night. You cannot control that. You go up Saturday and you beat Knoxville, you beat Tennessee, you beat a top 20 team, and you're 10-2. A few of the things fall your way. You're in the playoffs. I mean, you're sitting there doing that. For Tennessee, you beat Vandy, you ruined everything they've worked. Vanderbilt's never been this close in this football team right now, that at least, in my lifetime. And you ruined everything Vanderbilt's done to this point.
Yeah.
And then you're both 9-3. You get the tiebreaker because you beat them head to head. So there's a lot at stake for both these football teams. But Tennessee, don't let Pavia get into your head, man. I mean, he's going to do his thing. Just try to see if you can control him, which a lot of teams haven't been able to do that. And him throwing the ball on Saturday, I don't know if that was a part of the game that they he went to Clark Lee and Tim Beck, right? And said, hey, let me throw the ball. Because he hasn't thrown the ball that well, I don't think ever. And he was spot on Saturday. I mean, it was something else.
And then elsewhere with college football, kind of looking at some scores over the weekend, you had Ohio State continues to roll, Texas A&M continues to roll, Georgia continues to roll, Oregon beats USC 42-27 and moved up to 5th, I believe, in the standings. Oklahoma, big win over Mizzou, 17-6. So Oklahoma is still in the mix. Notre Dame absolutely destroys Syracuse 70-7.
Right.
Alabama wins 56-0 over Eastern Illinois. BYU beat Cincinnati, so they continue to go in the right direction. Utah as well, beating K-State 51-47. Miami won 34-17. So again, if you were looking for teams that you needed to see lose, if you're a Vanderbilt fan, you didn't really get it this weekend.
No, you didn't. And so, again, you can't control that. So go out and play your game that you need to play on Saturday and beat Tennessee. And like you said, get that signature road win over a top 20 team. And anything could happen. And just to watch. I mean, Tennessee fans, if you're going to that game, I mean, are you just going to go crazy against Pavia? I mean, you're going to have to, right?
Yeah.
He's the one that said during the season, we're going to go up to basically Knoxville and beat them. And now the narrative will change. It's become a Vanderbilt state instead of a Tennessee state. And look, now it's played out.
If Vanderbilt goes up there and wins, his statement was correct this year.
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
Long term, maybe probably not. But this year, yes.
Again, we don't worry about next year. We
worry
about now.
I mean, the fact that Vanderbilt has an opportunity to have 10 wins in the regular season,
never had it before.
Not needing the bowl game to
right.
Get him to that point, that's historic.
I don't think they've ever had 10 wins, have they?
Yeah, I think we looked it up where they've done it once. Hang on.
I thought, if I remember correctly, that they've never had double-digit winning season, which would be amazing. And this day,
you're right. You're actually right. You've only been wrong once. You're right. They have done 9. They've had 9 wins 5 times this year. 2013, 2012, 1915, and 1904.
That 1904 team, goodness. So look, you're on the precipice of doing something. In today's age, doing something like that, it's historic in so many ways because everybody's so competitive, just so competitive. And so Vanderbilt's sitting there with the speed and the experience and the veteran leadership that they've got on that football team right now, heading into Neyland Stadium, where you thought Alabama was loud. Knoxville on Saturday is going to be off the chain loud with everything that goes on and how well they want to beat and how much they want to beat Vanderbilt and Pavia. I mean, I had friends that went to the Alabama game and they were Alabama fans screaming at Pavia, and he played up to the crowd and all that. Also, can I do this real quick?
Yeah.
I don't mind if they show his mom 1,000 times. Some of y'all bitching about showing his. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm not the director of the game. Show his mom 1,000 times if you want. Y'all get really upset over things you probably shouldn't get upset over. Like, I'm tired of seeing his mom. I'm tired of seeing Theo Vaughn, but they're not going to listen to me, and they're going to keep showing him. So nothing I can do about that. But just enjoy this ride and see what happens on Saturday, man.
Indeed. It's like I know Tennessee fans want to win, but it's like if Vandy fans want to be overly excited and just happy that they finally have something good, let them.
Yeah, right.
Let it play out on the field.
Yeah, nothing. I'm telling you, Tennessee fans, you could call in and tell if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. But nothing annoys a Tennessee fan, football fan, or overall than Vanderbilt being successful in something. Some of my dear friends are Tennessee graduates. Some have played for Tennessee. And you guys get so upset when Vanderbilt does anything well. I think it's funny, and I love the passion. but it's like Vanderbilt's like the little brother that annoys you the whole time and goes and tells mom when you do something that you probably shouldn't be doing, and it drives you batty. Am I wrong? Vandy, Tennessee fans, am I wrong? Call and let me know, because I think I'm right on this.
Ricky on our text line says Pavia is in for a rude awakening. Vols have more speed, LMAO. This is the SEC. Every team has speed. Vandy's just happy to be relevant.
No, LSU's got a lot of speed. Pavia
Yeah.
ran past all those guys. Kentucky's got some decent speed, but Vanderbilt, this is the first time ever Vanderbilt's got more speed than teams they're facing. And it might be equal on Saturday up at Knoxville. Vanderbilt has a lot of speed on that football team. Why do you think they're 9-2?
Yeah, here's the thing I don't like is people that don't want to give a team the credit that they're due. Vanderbilt deserves credit. They're 9-2.
Yeah.
Like, so don't just sit here and go, oh, they haven't played anybody, or oh, they're just happy to be there. It's like, I mean, you don't have to like them.
No.
Like,
right.
But I like, there's teams and like, I don't like Ohio State, but hey, I'll give them credit. I think they're going to be really tough to beat.
Yeah. Right.
So I mean, I hate it. It's just like, you don't have to cheer for them or anything, but it's like, all right, a Vanderbilt football team was good enough to go 9-2.
Yeah, exactly. And you look at Ohio State's schedule. I mean, you can only play the teams
on your schedule
that are on your schedule that you're looking at every Saturday. And yeah, I mean, for Vanderbilt, I mean, there's a few teams on there they normally would play that are all on there, and that's fine to do all that. I want to look up. Somebody said look up Texas A&M schedule. I don't know why because they're sitting there at 11-0, and A&M. I mean, so you play with the teams in front of you. I know they won on the road and beat Notre Dame. Let's see, they played Auburn, Mississippi State, Florida, Arkansas, LSU, and Missouri. Right? There's no Alabama on there for A&M, and there's a South Carolina. So now you get Texas. You got to play at Texas Friday night. That is A&M. So again, I mean, there's no Tennessee on A&M schedule. There's no Vanderbilt on there. There's no Alabama on there. You get Auburn, Mississippi State, Florida, Arkansas, LSU, teams that really didn't live up to their expectations. But is that A&M's fault?
Right.
No, you beat them. You beat them pretty good.
615-737-1025. We'll continue the discussion coming up next live at Circus Sports in Kentucky here on 1025 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Monday live at Circus Sports up in Franklin, Kentucky. So we see Shedeur Sanders named the starter of the Browns. Looks like Joe Burrow is close to being back for the Bengals. I don't really know why because it doesn't matter, but, I mean, good for him that they bring him back. But
Right. Oh, it's working. You UT fans are getting upset. Oh, yeah, Bruce Pearl.
So we're watching the Tennessee basketball game, and it's Bruce Pearl and Candace Parker with Brandon Gotton on TNT calling this game. So I guess Pearl's going to do a little TV now.
Might as well. I mean, good for him. I will tell you, no Bruce Pearl slander on.
Oh, we love Bruce Pearl.
When Big Joe's on the show.
Yeah,
Zero at all. Again, we said earlier about Tennessee fans getting upset when Vanderbilt's doing it. Not upset, just annoyed. And some of my friends have like, yep, that's exactly right. When they get Vanderbilt does well, we can't stand it. But a win on Saturday will shut them up. So I love Tennessee. I love when Tennessee fans trash talk Vanderbilt, and it's not Alabama, Florida, Georgia. Because Vanderbilt, you earned this right.
Is this kind of like a excuse me, like a sibling rivalry? Like if you're the older sibling and the younger sibling does something that is better than you and you get jealous?
100%.
Yeah.
I really
think that's kind of what it is.
And then you add Pavia to the mix, and they're like, I'm gonna go to Knoxville on Saturday just to yell at Pavia and shut him up. I think Pavia, it's like Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
Like when Sully goes in and the kid screams and they get all the points. I think the more you scream at Pavia, I think he loves it. I think he absolutely loves it when he gets inside of your head. And he's done that. He did it. I know Alabama won the game, but he did it to Alabama. LSU fans were, even the game here in Nashville, LSU fans, they're screaming at him. He loved it. He loved every bit of it. The guy's having fun in football. Let it continue. And it'll play out on Saturday. Tennessee, if you win on Saturday, you beat him down, I expect you to talk nonstop. But if Vanderbilt wins, get ready for Vanderbilt to talk because you deserved it and earned that.
Yep. 615-737-105. That's the thing. Like all the Vols fans, that get annoyed by Vanderbilt. Like Ricky on our text line, like he says, "Thank you, very annoyed. This station has been slobbing all over them all season." Well, we are their flagship, but
slobbing over Vanderbilt.
But they've also earned it.
They're 9-2, and they have a legitimate Heisman Trophy candidate.
Ricky, I love the back and forth with you, and that's fine. If Vanderbilt wins on Saturday, I expect to hear from you, man.
Right, call them out.
To
see,
saying.
Yeah, come in here and do that. And again, that's the thing we're talking about is that this football game, they've never been ranked at the same time when they play each other ever. In fact, I get game day goes Ohio State, Michigan. I get all that, but my goodness, I mean, this game has a massive impact on a lot of things. Because if Tennessee wins, Vanderbilt, you're done.
Yep,
you're out of the conversation. You'll finish 9-3. You go to a nice bowl game, and Tennessee finishes 9-3, and they beat you head to head. But Vanderbilt, not only do you finish 10-2 for the first time ever, but you knock off Tennessee in Neyland, which will be the third time in the last 20 years you've done that, which is great, which is absolutely great. If you could do that, you could talk all day long. There's so many tentacles with this football game on Saturday in Neyland that we've never seen or heard or felt before. That's why this game is so important.
Ricky says, I will apologize. And see, that's why we like it. That's good.
Thank you, Ricky.
I like that.
Yes.
615-737-1025. Do you think this – because I'm with you. I still feel like Kiffin is ultimately is going to stay, even though the narrative out there kind of makes me think because of LSU is, giving them a big offer and all that. And, there's a lot of people that think he's leaving. Do you think that could affect some of the seeding? The committee looks at that because let's say he does leave and he's not coaching the playoff, I think they take that into account.
I don't know what they take into account. After Herb Street ran his mouth 2 years ago about Florida State and their quarterback, or 3 years ago, whatever that was something crazy. And I do. Look, here's the thing with Kiffin. You go 9-3, 8-4, 8-4, 9-3 to LSU, they're calling for your head. You do that at Ole Miss, hey, we'll get him next year. I mean, so there's a lot of reasons he should stay in Oxford, Mississippi. If you're going purely for the money, you know how that ends.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ends. It all ends that way. That's the greed part of that. Stay in I'm not saying if it was me in that situation, I'm staying in Ole Miss. That state, my daughter lives there. My son-in-law lives there. They not them, but the state loves Lane Kiffin. I mean, and again, I'm not the biggest Kiffin fan. He's never won anything. This is a chance this year to do this and get it done. And opportunity is there for them to win games.
But here,
I just stay there.
Here's my thing. If you're going to stay, like, wouldn't you say it now?
No, I think he likes suspense and drama. I do.
But I think that's only hurting your team. Unless you've said to them internally, hey, I'm doing this out of strategy, but I'm not going anywhere.
Some player posted on Instagram, and I should have screenshotted earlier and said, no matter what happens on Friday with Coach, we're here. We're going all the way. We know what we can do. We're capable of doing this. And really, like, reassuring the fan base and the team, like, yeah, well, he's a great coach, but, man, we did this. I mean, the guys on the field put this together and won the game. If you go to LSU. If you want to go to LSU, go to LSU. Fine for Lane Kiffin. But, again, I just – the money – you're making a lot of money at Ole Miss. You got carte blanche. I mean, you're building something. You're finally building something there. Don't be a guy who just runs off to the program and gets it done. In 3 or 4 years, you're done at LSU if you don't get the job done. You see what happens? They'll fire you quickly. Stay at Ole Miss and get it done. And now that opens up. All right, what happens at Florida? What happens at LSU? Other jobs that are opening up. You know, now a lot of the Penn State people are wanting the interim coach to stay.
Yeah.
They love that interim coach up there. And so
I don't really know how that one's going to shake out. I mean, they might go with the interim. I don't know. But it's that one's kind of interesting right now.
It is. I don't know. I mean, somebody's going to make an offer to Clark Lee. I don't think he'll leave, but I think if you're an AD, you have to talk to him. And why not?
Look, next Sunday is going to be busy because and even starting Saturday, because we'll know the Egg Bowl's Friday.
Right.
Which it should be Thanksgiving night, but
so done.
It's Friday. So I think we'll have an answer on Kiffin sometime Saturday.
Well, he said, after the Egg Bowl, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, and then you look at it, I mean, there's just all these rumors about Dabo and Clemson, what's going to happen there. I love this. This is a great time of year to watch all the dominoes go, but Kiffin's the main guy. Yeah. Kiffin's the –
Sorry.
Good Lord. I feel like I'm out on a date. Goodness, man.
My bad.
That's all right. No, I just think that Kiffin's the main domino. Once he goes, whatever he does, if he stays – then other pieces fall around him. But if he goes to LSU, then who's Ole Miss going to get?
Yeah.
He goes on and on and on and on and on. So I don't know, man. There's all these moving pieces that happen. That's why we love what's going on. But you'll see. I mean, would it be crazy if like Heupel takes one of those jobs like Arkansas or Ole Miss? Coaches move all the time, man. But as I told you, what a good coach told me one time, always stay one step ahead of the jailer.
615-737-1025. We'll get back into the Titans and NFL coming up next because, I'm sorry, Titans fans, a former coach continues to win, and they're looking really good. We'll talk about that next. Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Monday. John McClain coming up at 2 o'clock. Looking forward to talking to him. We're watching Tennessee and Rutgers. I believe this is in Vegas. As Tennessee is up pretty big right now. And on the TNT broadcast, it's 61-38 Tennessee. On the broadcast, it's Bruce Pearl and Candace Parker are two of the analysts, which is pretty cool to see. As they, yes, they are in Vegas at MGM Grand, but they just threw a graphic up there that had like the Mount Rushmore of Tennessee basketball, and we're not including coaches, so didn't have Pat on there, even though I think we would all agree she should be on there. But they had like 8 players, I think,
Right.
Which was interesting. But Bernard King, Allen Houston, was it Lofton?
Chris Lofton.
Chris Lofton, Candace Parker, Tamika Catchings, and Shamika Holtzclaw. Did I miss one?
No, that's it. That might have been one more. But I told you, when we do the Mount Rushmore things, you start adding faces, it takes away why you're doing a Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
So it should be just 4 up there. And I think if Tennessee's beating Rutgers 64-38, that would put Chase and me in right now and still win. I think with Tennessee basketball, I think Ernie and Bernie, Allen Houston, and I go Chris Lofton. I mean, 50 years later, you're still talking about Ernie Grunfeld and Bernard King. You're still talking about them, how important they were to the program. And by the way, if it weren't for Ernie Grunfeld, Bruce Pearl would not be sitting there right now. Bruce Pearl was the head coach at UW Milwaukee, and Ernie Grunfeld was the GM for the Milwaukee Bucks and really admired the way he played, his team played, put a call in. That's how Bruce got to Knoxville. And then Bruce is doing there now. So for basketball, yeah, I mean, you can do the Mount Rushmore. It's a June topic. You go all day in those things, but I don't like adding faces to Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. So looking at the NFL from yesterday, at one point the Bengals were up on the Patriots 10-0. The Patriots battled back. They are now 10-2, 9 straight wins on the season. Mike Vrabel, to me, is a shoe-in for Coach of the Year, and he's got the New England Patriots atop the AFC right now.
Remember who they lost to week 1?
Raiders.
The Raiders. They're like, oh, Mike Vrabel's got a boy. He's got a tough task up there. And I'm telling you, man, they are a physical, dominating football team in the mold of a Mike Vrabel. I mean, that football team is him, and he's that football team.
Yeah.
And she'll deny it all day long, but Mike Vrabel taking a team to the Super Bowl, not necessarily winning, would drive Amy Adams Strunk crazy. Crazy.
It should. It's her fault, but it should.
Yep.
I mean, like that's what is so just maddening about this, and it should drive Titans fans too crazy.
What do you think he wanted? Total control, or do you want his guy as GM?
I think he wanted his guy as GM. I think he wanted Ryan Cowden as GM.
Yeah, I agree. And then you would have Henry probably would have stayed here, and a few other things would have happened. But he's now 10-2. It's also funny to a lesser extent. The Browns had him in the building.
Yeah.
The Browns had him in the building as well. So they're just as dumb as the Titans are.
That is a really good point. So Buffalo, is now second in the East. I mean, barring anything crazy, I think New England's going to win that division, which none of us had. I think we looked at could New England be a playoff team, but they're now 10-2. Buffalo's 7-4. Miami's surged a little bit, winning 2 in a row at 4-7, and then the Jets at 2-9. In the North, it's between Baltimore and Pittsburgh that are tied at 6-5. Baltimore's won 5 in a row after a terrible start to battle back. Cincinnati at 3-8. Cleveland at 3-8. In the South, Jacksonville's hanging on. They're a game back of Indianapolis, and then Houston's 2 games back with Indy at 8-3, Jacksonville at 7-4, and Houston at 6-5. The Broncos are 9-2 in the West, followed by the Chargers at 7-4, the Chiefs at 6-5, and then we mentioned the Raiders have lost 5 in a row. This could end up being a one and done for Pete Carroll. I don't think it will be, but They certainly got some issues, and
Terrible.
Fire Chip Kelly today as the offensive coordinator.
Well, you fire the coordinator the way you say, hey, I'm doing things. I'm making things happen. Don't be mad at me. I got rid of the coordinator. We saw them out. Yeah, you take Max Crosby off that team, there's not much out there for them.
In the NFC, in one of the games, the best game of the day, the Dallas Cowboys down 21-0, battled back to beat the Eagles and improved to 5-5-1 on the year. The Eagles fall to 8-3.
How does that happen? They dominated that game. The Eagles dominated that game.
Played better in the second half. I don't know.
Unreal.
Washington's 3-8. New York's 2-10. And did you see who got fired by New York?
Yeah,
Shane Bowen.
Should have asked us here in Nashville about that.
Could have told you that one. The Bears are 8-3 after winning yesterday. They won 4 straight. Packers at 7-3-1. The Detroit Lions at 7-4. Vikings at 4-7. So that division continues to be interesting, as does the NFC South, because you now have Tampa Bay and Carolina at 6-5.
The worst team 2 years ago in the NFL, even 3 years ago, because he got the number 1 pick in the 23 draft in Bryce Young. I'm telling you, look at a quarterback with confidence. You surround him with some good talent. You get a defense that's pretty good. Next thing you know, man, you see what happens right there. So it's a long, and that's why when they went to 17 games, an extra game. It's a long season, man, for this with injuries that are going. Baker Mayfield's now hurt. It's just on and on and on. So it's whoever can, used to be like, hey, don't turn the ball over. That's going to lose a game for you. Now it's like injuries. It's like who can be healthy the longest can win that. The Patriots lost a few guys. Thus their big tackle, Will Shepard. I forget the guy's name from LSU. He got injured yesterday. So it goes on. Just have the good depth to back it up and make things happen. But seeing Carolina right there, Titans fans, that gives you a little bit of hope because they were really bad 2 years ago.
Again, we talk about giving credit where credit is due. Our buddy Ricky was kind of bullish on Carolina to start the year, and I was like, I don't know about all that. And here they are, tied at 6-5 for the top of the division.
Dave Canales is a good coach, and he was on the hot seat to begin the year. That's why,
he was.
These dumb little, hot seat, from people who sit in their mom's basement and try to throw lists out there, just so stupid. I mean, look, now he's sitting at 6. Where are you now apologizing, guys? Where are you now apologizing for Canales that y'all put him on the hot seat, and yet he might be the coach of the year, at least in the running for that? Stupid.
The NFC West is a fun one, too. We saw Seattle yesterday. That's a good football team. They're second to the Rams, who won last night on Monday Night Football or Sunday Night Football. The Rams are a really good football team. And then the 49ers are hanging around at 7-4, and then we obviously know the Cardinals aren't good.
Poor Cardinals. Oh, my goodness, with that team, man. Is there a more hapless franchise in the National Football League than the Cardinals? I mean, the Titans are just bad. We get all that. But the Cardinals are perennial bad.
Yes. So is the proper – because we hate the phrase if the playoffs started today because they don't.
Right?
Is the proper way to put it the playoff seeding as of now?
Just who's playing well and who's put themselves in good position. I like that.
So the NFL.com has this all set up. So for you got the Patriots, the Broncos, the Colts, and the Ravens. That's how it would line up with the top 4 seeds in the AFC. The Rams, Eagles, Bears, Bucks in the NFC. The wild cards as of now, Chargers, Jags, Bills in the AFC. On the bubble, Steelers, Texans, Chiefs, Dolphins, Bengals, Browns, Raiders, Jets, and so on. I would say the realistic on the bubble would probably be Steelers, Texans, Chiefs. In the NFC, your wild cards are Seahawks, Packers, 49ers, with the Lions, Panthers, and Cowboys on the outside looking in. The Cowboys currently have a 10% chance of making the playoffs.
They got to watch out for the West. Seahawks have 8 wins, 49ers 7, Cowboys got 5.5. And then you look in Green Bay, Detroit. I mean, it's going to be a battle to get in. And then Carolina's sitting there saying, hey, guys, don't forget about us. Let me ask you this. Buffalo's windows closing?
Yes, I think it is.
So too.
By the way, for the Titans, they have a less than 1% chance of making the playoffs. Just put 0. be done with it.
Could you imagine if they end up winning 6 straight and get in at 7-10?
Oh my God, no.
No, there's no way. I mean, their winning percentage is .09.
Yeah. Currently, the Panthers have a 20% chance. The Lions have a 76% chance to make it, and then everybody else. So that's kind of the Chiefs have a 54% chance,
See, I don't.
which I think is BS.
They're going to get it. They'll squeeze in.
Well, they probably win Thursday because they'll play the Cowboys. So I would say the Chiefs probably win. So that would help. Does your
girlfriend show up there Thursday?
Which one?
At Dallas?
Who's
Taylor Swift?
Oh, Taylor?
Yeah. Jerry made a big thing about it, thanking her for all the eyeballs she's brought on football. Well,
yeah. I mean, it's a big game. But do they show her is the question. Because I feel like she's been at some of these and they haven't shown her.
Oh, I think they would. You would see. I don't show her. I don't care. Again, I don't care. Show Pavia's mom. Show Taylor. I don't care.
Right.
I'm not missing.
It doesn't affect the football.
Right. You're still seeing the game. You're still saying, I don't care, man. That's fine. You're still going to see every play that happens. Not like they cut away from a play happening to show her in the stands. But Jerry made a big deal about her. So
CBS missed a 54-yard field goal yesterday, showing highlights.
Did they? Yeah. Which game?
I'd have to find it, but I just saw it briefly on Twitter that happened. Weston Hermitage says, if New England wins the division, I'll profit $12.50. Nobody saw this coming, though. I stood on the hill for Vrabel. Henry left due to Carthon. He says that's from an inside source. I actually called in and told that to a certain show and got dismissed. LOL.
Well, we're not getting to the Derrick Henry thing. He was going to
let that go.
He was not coming back.
Right.
We all knew this. He probably wanted to leave and go. Good for him. And that Ravens team starting to play a little bit better. He scored 2 touchdowns yesterday. A little bit better, and kind of get their feet back underneath him. They could be they'll win the AFC North.
Wouldn't it be great? This is Brian. Wouldn't it be great if Nashville got a Super Bowl in the near future and Vrabel was in it and won it? Oh my God.
Oh my Lord.
2029. It's like Patriots and Eagles.
Could you imagine? Her head would explode like that lady in Total Recall. Like 2 weeks, and boom, her head would explode because Vrabel's gotten his team there. Boy, that would.
But imagine if it was Patriots, Eagles, and AJ still in the Eagles. Vrabel versus AJ Brown.
Oh man,
she'd be like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, can we postpone that game? We're gonna put it in the Astrodome for a year. We'll come back the next year. Oh my! I mean that. Thank you for that tag. That is beautiful.
That's fantastic.
Beautiful.
615-737-1025. More coming here on this Reaction Monday. Jason Big Joe, 1025 The Game.
All right, guys, Big Joe here. If you're looking to upgrade where you're living, you will love this. We tell you all the time about City Limits apartment homes nestled perfectly between Spring Hill and Columbia. Wouldn't it be great to live in a place where modern sophistication meets unsurpassed features and you have resort amenities? Well, you can at City Limits Apartments, modern luxury living down there between Spring Hill and Columbia. It's perfect. Offering 1, 2, or 3 bedroom apartments, you will feel as if you're living at a resort. And you know what, my friends? You deserve that. Here's the website, live@citylimits.com, live@citylimits.com for more. And if you lease now, you get 2 months free. The amenities are on another incredible level. I've been down there, visited, seen all the apartments. They are so nice. And I invite you to see for yourself because you will love it. Again, the website, live@citylimits.com, live@citylimits.com. Here we go again. Your life is hectic. Your work is hectic. Everything's hectic. Where you live should be perfect. City Limits Apartments, modern luxury living, nestled nicely between Spring Hill and Columbia, is calling your name. Again, the website, live@citylimits.com. Welcome home.
Chase a Big Joe 102.5 The Game here on this Monday, live at Circa Sports Kentucky at the Mint at Kentucky Downs. Having a good time here as always.
Will you help me on this?
Sure.
Vanderbilt football tweeted out this Pavi for Heisman. It says number 2 turnt. What does that mean? Am I getting sold? I don't know what that means.
Like
TURNT.
he's like turned up, like he's ready to go. He's energized. Like
Is
that's,
okay.
that's what the kids say.
All right, 2 turnt. All right,
It's
I
a
got
reference to what he said after the Alabama game last year. The
Yeah.
Vandy were blank turned.
that. Okay, all right. So that's a little slang for getting better. Okay, got it now. A little energy. All right, thank you so much, Brando. By the way, Brando, we got a new nickname for you.
Ooh, let's hear it.
It was just Brando, because your name's Brandon, but I'm going to give you a Star Wars designation. You are Brando Calrissian. You're the mayor of Cloud City.
Ooh, okay. I like that. I
For all
like
you
that.
dumb Star Wars nerds, there you go. I got something for you. Brando Calrissian. This sounds better. Do you know what the real name is for that?
I don't actually.
Oh, come on. It's Lando Calrissian, man.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we're just taking Lando.
I've got to get more into the Star Wars stuff. I really do.
No, you don't. No, trust me, you don't. You're not missing anything. Watch the first 3 or whatever they are, the 4, 5, and 6. The Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Nerds, or Jedi, Revenge of the Jedi? Something like that. I don't know. What's number 3?
Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi. There you go.
Well, no, actually, that's number 6. Return of the 3 is Revenge of the Sith.
Well, in my
Yeah.
So the original 3 that we saw. So Brando, there you go. Brando Calrissian.
A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi.
A New Hope.
That's the first one that came out.
When they call it that? I thought it was just Star Wars.
Always.
A New Hope.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Hope.
Okay, you know the words that scroll at the beginning?
Yeah.
It says Episode 4, A New Hope.
But they added that.
No.
There was no Episode 4 when he created that back in
Yes,
1977.
there was.
On the original scroll, it says Episode 4.
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes. It has always
I'm
said
gonna have
it.
to double check. You nerds, let us know.
It has always said Episode 4, A New Hope, Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, Episode 6, Return of the Jedi.
Back when these originally came out.
Yes, because he wrote the script. The original story was I think the 9 movies. Now he's changed them a little bit, but he made the middle first because he thought it would be more compelling.
So why did he have Luke and Leia making out, which is just disgusting?
Well, I don't know.
You know a lot of things. I need answers on this. In this world, I need answers from you. I had no idea. A New Hope. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Zero idea. Things you learn every day.
Yeah, they all have names. The Phantom Menace,
Well, I get that. Empire Strikes Back.
Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back,
Hello, everybody.
Return of the Jedi, The Force Awakens. Where's
the Rogue come in?
That's a prequel movie. That's in between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is just getting a lot of moving parts here that I did not know about.
Yeah.
Roll the tape, JB.
Thank you, Hope.
Oh, good old Hope Hines. All right.
Hair Metal Henry says, I'm backing up Chase on this one. It did say Episode 4, New Hope, and I'm driving to the Mint Gaming Hall to fight you over Star Wars slander.
Dude, come on up here. I'll be here till 3:01 today. How did I not know that? I love Star Wars. I think the original Star Wars is fantastic. Or A New Hope, whatever you call it now. Hello, everybody.
Now there's people that are saying that they did go back and change it. I don't think
I thought
so.
they did. I thought I read they went back and changed, because in the original scroll, I don't remember seeing Episode 4. Because then it'd be like, where's Episode 3 and 5? I think you went back and changed it.
Every time I have ever seen it, and that is even before they did the special edition stuff in '99, it's always said Episode 4.
I've never, but I somebody along the way would have said that.
Now,
never saw
clearly,
that.
I wasn't there in 1977, so I don't know.
But so I'm saying the original movie on the scroll, you're saying it had Episode 4, A New Hope.
That's what I understand and what I've seen it.
I'd say I don't remember that, and that's me. But I didn't pay that.
But
much
there are
attention to it.
2 people that say, actually, Joe is right. They added A New Hope later to fit the episode format.
I don't know.
Used to be called Star Wars. They've since gone back and changed it to A New Hope once they figured out it was going to be a trilogy. They thought the first was going to be a flop.
Okay. All right.
I don't know. Maybe you are right.
Yeah, I just never heard. I honestly had never heard it referred to as A New Hope until you said that right now. Which doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things.
Well, I think a lot of people feel like it's the first one's just Star Wars. But I've always known it as Star Wars: A New Hope.
I think it was originally. I mean, if he had the foresight that he's going to plan out 9 movies,
foresight.
He's brilliant. I mean, brilliant to do that. But I think it was like one. Oh, this is really good. Let's get 2, and then it took off. At least that was my impression of all this.
All right. To your credit, the original poster just says Star Wars.
But you're talking the scroll.
Yeah.
Okay. It's funny, right? We do a sports talk show for 3 hours.
we just went down.
We argue over Star Wars, and we get 1,000 texts saying we're right and wrong. Thank you, guys. I'm telling you, we're the best listeners ever. Ever. You guys are great.
Like, now I want to know. Like,
yeah, Harold Middle Henry, why don't you shut your mouth, pal? I'll be here to 3:05 now.
Jackson says, "Who cares, nerds?"
Right? Thank you, Jackson.
Greg says 1981, when they released the movie, is when A New Hope was added.
They came out in 77 or 78.
Yeah, it was 77.
77, yeah. Because then it was 3 years later.
1977 was a pivotal year because Star Wars came out and Elvis died.
Yep, and then 80 was Empire Strikes Back. Then every 3 years.
I think Empire was 80. 79.
It was 80.
Was it 80?
Because I saw it when I lived in Hawaii. I'll never forget that. Yep. When they cut the blubber that saved Luke Skywalker's life.
Yep.
From the whatever that thing is.
One of my favorite spoofs is The Simpsons, where they do the throwback and him and Marge are walking out of the theater for Empire. He's like, "Man, I can't believe that Darth Vader's Luke Skywalker's father." The guy's like, "Oh man, way to spoil it."
Right. Oh man.
We'll have John McClain join us coming up next. Chase and Big Joe live at Circus Sports in Kentucky, 102.5 The Game. Hour number 3, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Monday, live here at Circa Sports up in Franklin, Kentucky. As we're here today, they got Monday Night Football tonight, the Panthers and the Niners. So looking forward to that. We'll have John McClain join us here in just a second. I think he is ready to go. Let's bring John in now. John, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Always enjoy having you on the program as usual. So the Titans put up a fight yesterday. They didn't win, but I mean, how much do you really, at this point with where they are, look at wins and losses? And it's more about, are the young players that are going to be a part of your core moving forward getting better?
That's exactly what you want. One of the things not getting better based on that game and others is how much trouble they have running the ball. Now, they've invested so much in their offensive line. Let me ask you guys, why are they so bad running the ball? If you take away Cam Ward's rushes yesterday, they were absolutely pathetic, averaging about 1 yard a carry. If you can't run the ball, that's the worst thing you're doing to a rookie quarterback.
So did you, in watching him, feel like that was one of his stronger performances?
Absolutely it was. He didn't throw an interception. Of course, it helped to get the punt return for a touchdown. But considering how little talent there is around him, and let's be honest, with everything they put in the offensive line, that offensive line ought to be better. But he was sacked 4 times. I don't know how many times that was it. What bothers me is the running game. When Tony Pollard gives 11 carries and averages 1 something, whose fault is that? Is it Pollard? Well, I don't think Pollard's a guy you're going to be counting on the next couple of years. But, of course, Ward and any other young players, no matter which side of the ball it's on, is you want to see progress, even if it's baby steps.
Talking to John McClain on the Chasing Big Joe show. John, Mike McCoy has this interim job. How difficult is it, do you think? And nobody's feeling sorry for him. I understand that. But as an interim head coach, you still got 6-7 more games to go. How tough of a job is it to kind of get a point across when you know you're not going to be back here in 6 weeks?
Well, you hope that the players, it's about pride, it's about improving, because the players know that when you have a changeover, when you have 2 guys in charge who did not bring most of them into the organization, you're going to have a new coach. They're going to be gone. And they got to put out and do as well as they can, because they're auditioning for another job. Their agents would emphasize that. And so Mike McCoy is never going to go in there and say, a lot of you are going to be out of work.
Right.
But he does his job as best that he knows how to do it, from being in the NFL for so long, being a former head coach in the NFL. And it is the toughest job, is being an interim coach. But the bottom line is there's no expectations for an interim coach. Now, with the Giants and Mike Kafka, that's different. When Andy Reid had Mike Kafka on his staff, everybody that I talked to that knew Andy Reid with that team said Reid loved him, thought he was going to be an offensive coordinator, and then a head coach. And that's one reason I'm sure the Giants fired Brian Daboll when they did, is they wanted a good look at Kafka. And, they fired their defensive coordinator because they'd blown all these games in the fourth quarter. They were running trick plays for touchdowns, and they were fun to watch. But the bottom line is they still lost. So in most cases, the interim coach, he's auditioning for his next job just like his players.
Absolutely. Does Mike Berganzi go in that locker? I know he doesn't go in the locker, but pull like a Jeff Simmons aside, John, and say, hey, I need you to kind of keep the guys focused for me and keep going ahead, because don't you need like a voice inside that locker room? Does Mike Berganzi need a voice inside that locker room, John?
Well, to me, they should stay out of the locker room. That's not their job to be motivating players. If they want to talk to a player, you're a GM, you call him into your office, or you talk to his agent to get a message across. It's not good Sabagonzi's in the locker room and he's talking to 5 players, and everybody's wondering, well, what's he telling them? You know, are they getting new contracts? So GMs should be staying out of the locker room and leave that any message they have for the players. Tell the head coach, in this case, the interim coach, the agent, or talk to a player in your office. And a lot of that message comes across in the exit interviews when they tell you exactly what their expectations are for you in the off season and next season. And that's when a player, like Simmons, could say, well, let me ask you, what are you planning to do?
That's a good point. John, how much should Titans fan look? I know the 98 to the 99 Rams was a great transformation. They won the Super Bowl in 99, but that seems like 1,000 years ago. How much satisfaction, or not satisfaction, but can Titans fans look at what the Carolina Panthers have done in just 2 years? Remember 22, they were terrible. 23, they were not very good. And now, John, they're 6-5 and tied for first in NFC South. Can Titans fans take away a little hope from what the Panthers have done?
I think any situation like that, Joe, is going to be something fans can lock on to. You know, you'd love to say, okay, the 99 Rams, but that seems like it's so old it's got moss on it. And that was a lot. If Trent Green had stayed healthy, I don't know anybody thinks he'd have been the MVP and they'd won the Super Bowl. So we used to talk about the injury to Drew Bledsoe being one of the most significant injuries in history because it opened the door for Brady. What about the injury to Trent Green in the preseason of 99? And we all thought Dick Vermeil had lost his mind not getting another veteran quarterback instead of going with this guy named Warner, who'd bounced all over the country and said stock groceries, had been in Europe. But obviously they knew, I don't know if anybody could know what they had. They thought enough of Kurt Warner to stick with him. And then, of course, he exceeded all expectations. I think more realistic would be the Panthers, even the Patriots. But, boy, next year Cam Ward's got to show a lot of improvement. They got to put talent around him. I think another one are the Bears and the way Ryan Poles went about stocking the offense to help Caleb Williams. And now he was fortunate he had a pretty good defense anyway. But, man, this offseason has got to be devoted to helping Cam Ward, not just with the quarterback and the new staff, but the talents they put around them at the skill positions. And then, of course, they're still going to need work done on the offensive line because it's not, I wouldn't imagine, performing the way they want it to.
Do you think that look, there's always going to be value holding the number 1 overall pick. And right now the Titans hold the number 1 overall pick and look to do that for the second year in a row if things stay the way they are. But do you think they could get what they need to get by trading out of that pick? Because right now I don't see a quarterback that anyone is going to fall in love with.
Let me tell you something. Anybody, and with all due respect, that tries to think they know what's going to happen with a quarterback by the time the scouting process is over is nuts. Because look at Anthony Richardson. Look where he was drafted. He hadn't done squat at Florida. Y'all saw him.
Yeah.
Didn't even complete 60%. Then had that great combine. Now he's one of the biggest busts in history. There have been other players. Nobody talked about J.J. Watt at the combine until the combine, Mario Williams until the combine. And that's a sad state of affairs. But I'll guarantee you, Fernando Mendoza, who's 6'5", 225, is really smart. I heard an interview with him the other day. When he starts sitting down with all those teams picking near the top, they're going to be impressed. And when they see the comeback, like, say, at Penn State, other things he's done, what if he tears it up in the playoffs? They win a national championship. Then he knocks everybody dead in the pro days and the combines and the private workouts. The first pick is going to be a quarterback who is coveted, I'll guarantee you. So if you get that first pick, I'm not saying you got to do what the Bears did with Bryce Young, although that's worked out pretty well. We're talking about him right now with Joe. But you're going to have an opportunity to improve your team faster. But then, of course, you got to get the right coach And then you got to get the right players when you use those picks.
We will have more with John McClain coming up next. It's Chase and Big Joe on this Monday, 102.5 The Game. Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Monday. We're live at Circus Sports in Kentucky at the Minton Kentucky Downs and continuing with John McClain, who joins us now. John, the Texans made some noise Thursday night, and they're still very much in the thick of it after beating Buffalo 23-19 on Thursday Night Football. Are they getting hot at the right time?
I don't know if that 0-3 hole put them out of it, but the fact is they go to Indy, and I watched that Colts Chiefs game. Shane Steichen had some of the worst strategy I've seen from the fourth quarter and overtime, basically to throw the ball instead of give it to his best running back and one of the best running backs in the country. Jonathan Taylor was just way underused and was no excuse. Two teams have contained Taylor, forced Daniel Jones to throw, both of them, the Steelers and now the Chiefs, have beaten the Colts, and I'm sure that'll be the same strategy. And Taylor's had some great games against Texans, over 200 yards. Not as many as Derrick Henry had, but close. But there have been a few where they've contained him, and if they do, their pass rushers will get after Daniel Jones. And I'm guessing the Jaguars will beat the Titans. So if the Texans could pull the upset, and I would never pick it, then that means Jacksonville and Indy would be tied one game ahead of Houston. Jacksonville has both the Jaguars and the Texans have 2 games each with the Colts, and the Colts finish the season here. It's not set yet what day or the time it will be, but the Colts need to get back to what made them so good, and that was using the run to set up the pass, not vice versa.
The Patriots are atop the AFC, and I think we all agree that they have earned it. They look very good. Now, we'll see what they look like in the playoffs with a young team, but would you be more afraid of them or a surging Baltimore right now?
Problem with Baltimore, Lamar Jackson has not played well since he came back from his injury, but they're winning. And it's not really impressive, but they're winning. But when you get to the playoffs, even though Lamar Jackson has never gotten to a Super Bowl, has not played in the playoffs the way he does regular season, I would still take a healthy Lamar Jackson and their defense and experience over the Ravens, over the Patriots, with Drake May in his second season and a lot of young players who haven't been through that postseason experience.
John, I loved watching the Texans. I'll go back to the Texans for a second against the Bills. That relentless pass rush. I will watch any team that has that pass rush because the Bills had no answer for them. And Anderson and Hunter are just teeing off on people. How much fun is it to watch them do that, John? And how much energy does it bring the Texans?
It makes me tired watching Will Anderson Jr., that one play where Next Gen Stats, Sandy ran about 51 yards to get the sack when he wouldn't let up.
Right.
Every coach in the country should be showing that play to his players about this is why you never give up on a play. And there are others where, like Anderson, batted down a pass, pulled down Josh Allen from behind after a 2-yard gain. And y'all saw this when he was at Alabama. His motor just never quits, including when he's talking after the game. And I think they are – he's called the Terminator, and Danielle Hunter's called the Cyborg, and they're the most gruesome twosome on pass rushers in the league this year. It's weird. Josh Allen's 0 for 4 here. Last year he was 9 of 31, lowest rating he'd had since his rookie year, but they didn't get to him a lot, and he had no turnovers. And the Texans won 23-20. This one was 23-19, and he just got obliterated. Now we'll see if they can do the same thing to Daniel Jones. If they can keep this up, they'll have a chance to stay in the race. But if they lose to Indy, they're going to Arrowhead Stadium. And based on the way the Chiefs came back yesterday against the Colts, they lose that one, then there's going to be 2 losses in a row. And so they need to at least win one of these next 2. And I would think the Colts would be the best choice.
Oh, I totally agree. And it's fun watching them guys, John. It reminds me a lot, not to the extent of Javon Curse, but like that, because the tackles know when that ball is snapped, they're in for a fight for their life. It's just fun watching those guys get after the quarterback because, like you said, they're relentless. And what's a defense? And I'm looking now, they're second in the league in points allowed at 182. The Rams are 179. So if you got a defense like that playing really well, it can take you a long way. You've seen it in your career, John, how
because of a pass rush. They lead the NFL in interceptions over the last 2 years. They're, I think, +9 in turnover differential. but their offense has been basically terrible,
Right.
and you can't win with an offense like that. C.J. Stroud will be back in the game in Indy, and there's people here, a bunch of nitwits who think Davis Mills ought to be the starter, and Davis Mills done great. He's done everything he could do going 3-0, but you're not going to beat Indy and Kansas City without C.J. Stroud, without him playing very well. Best thing that happened in that last game, yes, it was the best pass rush I've seen from the Texans against a great quarterback in their 24-year history. But the biggest thing that gone unnoticed because of the pass rush was the offensive line didn't give up a sack.
Oh.
And played its best game, and they may have finally found their regular five. And now we'll have to see if they can do it against Indy, but they sure did it against the Bills. And that was the thing here that caused everybody to get the most excited, is that the line played better than it's played any time this year.
Oh, that's good, John. I got to tell you, I watched that Rams game yesterday versus the Bucks, and I just love watching Stafford. I love watching an offense. And the defense is good. I think, and you know far more about this than I do, I think that might be the best team in football.
It is the best team in football. Right now, they've got the home field advantage in the NFC. Came close last year when they lost that divisional game in Philly in the snow. Came really close. Right now, I'm thinking it's the Rams and the Eagles that are the two best teams in the NFC. And you're thinking AFC, is it Denver? Great defense, not much of an offense, but they win games in the fourth quarter. I just can't say it's the Colts based on the way Daniel Jones has been playing recently and the way Mahomes pulled that out yesterday. I'm thinking, geez, could they win the rest of their games and finish 12-5, and nobody want to play them in the postseason?
John McClain with us now. Do you think that there could be a surprise team that makes a late push, or with the way things are shaking out, barring, the Steelers are on the bubble in the AFC, the Lions on the bubble in the NFC, we pretty much kind of know how it's going to be?
I think there'll be somebody that's in the race that gets hot, or somebody that is above them who will have an injury or something happen that a team will sneak in, maybe in both conferences. You need Pittsburgh. I haven't seen Pittsburgh do anything that makes me think they're a playoff team. And, maybe Joe Burrow comes back Thursday and they win the rest of their games. Still don't think it would help Cincinnati. And there's going to be a team, but I'm going over the divisions, and I still think Kansas City is going to get in the playoffs. 3 teams from the AFC West, and I think 1 team from the AFC North. That'll be Baltimore. And then from the South, right now, 3 teams with winning division or with winning records. Nobody, I don't think, takes the Jaguars seriously. They had to go into overtime to beat the Cardinals. Cardinals had 4 turnovers, were +4 in turnover differential, and they lost. So I'm not real respectful of Jacksonville, but I can't say they're one of those teams either. With Baker Mayfield out, what about the Panthers winning that division?
Ooh. I think there's a chance. Look, Dave Canales, kudos to him and what they have done, especially in this stretch. So it'll certainly be a fun ending to the regular season. John, we appreciate it. As always, happy Thanksgiving to you and the family.
Happy Thanksgiving to you guys. Thank you very much.
We'll talk to you next week. John McClain joining us here on the program as he does every Monday at 2 o'clock. We'll react to some of that and much more. And the Titans lost yesterday. Coming up next, live from Circus Sports in Kentucky, 102.5 The Game. Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game, here on this Monday. I keep forgetting it's Monday. I don't know why.
Short week, brother.
It is. Thanksgiving coming up on Thursday. We have the full show tomorrow, and then Wednesday, after Vanderbilt's done playing, we'll come on for maybe an hour and a half, and talk about things we're thankful for.
Absolutely, we are. Tomorrow's a packed show, too, as well, buddy.
Yeah, we'll have Tim Hasselbeck as usual. Jeff Jarrett is going to join us in studio because AEW coming to town Wednesday night. So a lot more. Going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that. So we started the show with the question of the day is, are you sold on Cam Ward? You're going to have people that are going to say, no, not yet. Because, I mean, look, he has had some struggles. There's no doubt. But I definitely think, and John kind of talked about it too, yesterday was probably one of his stronger performances.
Oh, I totally agree. Let me ask you this. John Elway, great quarterback in the 80s. Great with 3 Super Bowls, never could win one. What propelled him to win 2 Super Bowls in the 90s? What did they add? Added a running back.
Right.
Terrell Davis. He never had that before. So as great as John Elway was, he wasn't great because you had to add pieces around him. Oh, what are we talking about now? Cam Ward needs pieces around him to succeed. Bryce Young doing it in Carolina. And now you get some really good receivers at Carolina. And I like watching the Panthers now. So if you're the Titans, there's a lot of hope here. But it's got to go how you draft going forward and identifying the pieces that you need going forward. And I really believe Mike Borgonzi can do that if they'll leave him alone. If Burke Nihill shouldn't even be in that building. He should be in a building across the street where they do all the business stuff. Stay out of the building. Brinker, you could pop in once a week to say hi and get out of there. Let Mike Borgonzi do his thing. This draft is really good. You're not going to hit on every player, but my goodness, Cam, and now Io Manor, and then DK, then who am I leaving somebody out? There's another player, Gunnar Helm. I mean, they drafted playmakers. So keep drafting playmakers and then plug in that line as you go. No more first-round offensive linemen. No more. Because Latham's not very good. Skaronski's, nah. But build that team. Let Berganti do what he needs to do.
Well,
Get pieces, and you're fine.
I don't disagree with you, but what if you end up with 2 first-round picks, and let's say you have like you're picking top 5, which is I think where you get the playmaker, and then you're like back at like 24, 25.
Don't get a lineman.
And there's a highly graded lineman that you really like.
Well, there was 2 in Skaronski and Latham.
But those were top 15 picks.
Playmakers. Give me playmakers.
Okay.
Right.
Look, I'm not disagreeing.
What did the Bengals do? That Penei Sewell or Jamar Chase? What'd they do? Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
Give me playmakers. You can build everything else from there. I need playmakers to do that. And then identify big uglies up front. Identify those guys and build upon that. But I mean, it's no, you're not going to win it with your first. You're going to win it with your first, second, third, fourth round guys that you could plug in there, multiple guys. If you can get 4 guys in the top 100 in this next draft next year, you're doing well. 4 if you draft picks, 4 guys in the top 100. If you get 5, it's even better. And build. I'm just telling you, what I saw yesterday from Cam Ward was next level. He was getting his butt kicked up and down the field every way possible, and he stood there and stood tall and rallied that football team yesterday. I liked what I saw from Cam Ward.
I did too. 615-737-1025. Jeremy in Clarksville says, I'm convinced Cam can be a starting quarterback. I'm not convinced he is a franchise quarterback yet. I'm with you because I think he's not he's not going to make people around him better.
Mm-hmm.
That he needs a solid team around him.
Remember when Mahomes was drafted?
Yeah.
What'd you think? Pretty good guy, right?
Yeah.
See what happens.
Yeah.
See what happens. I mean,
right.
he just, Josh Allen's first year in 18. I mean, my good, he wasn't good. Right. Josh Rosen was drafted by the Cardinals, I think it was, the quarterback out of UCLA. Like, oh, this guy's good. No. I'm telling you, what we saw yesterday from Cam Ward on the field, getting beat up, moving around, taking shots, firing good passes down the field, that's the Cam Ward we could see. He's got almost zero help. Every time he snaps the ball, he knows he's going to get hit because that line is so bad. But what we saw from him yesterday, I was really encouraged. Don't be happy with a loss. You're 1-10.
Sure.
Don't be happy. That should make you madder than hell. I get that. But man, you still got to go out there and play the game. And I liked what I saw from Cam yesterday.
615-737-1025 on Cam Ward. Just keep those coming. We'd love to hear from you. There's popping in my headset. I have no idea what that is.
There you go, man.
We're just having.
Did you ever eat those Pop Rocks as kids? That
Yeah.
Those candies that exploded.
Yeah.
Awful. Imagine all this nonsense.
I hate them now, but like, yeah.
Terrible. Imagine all the nonsense we put in our body as kids. All that sugar.
Yep.
I mean, it was like, so wonder I'm still standing here today. And those Pop Rocks were the worst. That and what's the little dipsticks you would like?
Fun Dip.
Fun Dip.
Yeah.
Fun Dip. That's it. Those things were terrible. But I couldn't stop as a kid, those things, man. Not at all.
Yeah, I don't think I liked those as much. I did like Pop Rocks. I liked what was the popsicles that were in the like plastic tubes.
The push-ups?
They weren't push-ups, but like Fun Pops or something like that.
I don't remember those.
Yeah.
I remember at Opryland, we'd go and they'd have the guitar bar, the chocolate, and you eat like 19 of those at the park when it's 90 degrees and you get sick to your stomach. At least that's what I did. Then you had what was the orange? Banjo something. If you know what the ice cream at Opryland USA with the banjo, what was it? It was orange sherbet shaped like a banjo, but it was banjo blank. You had the guitar bar with chocolate, which made me sick all the time, and I couldn't stop eating. You know, out of spite one time at Neyland Stadium, Paul Jones and Eric Yetzi witnessed this because a guy told me to stop eating ice cream. You know what I did? I think I had like 16 pieces of ice cream that day.
Now, how did you feel?
Terrible. But it was out of spite because he said no. It goes back to the Hope Hines story at Vanderbilt football stadium about eating hot dogs. It's all that. So out of spite, I got sick, but I proved a point. Isn't that sad in a lot of ways?
We're all. I mean, hey, the petty train.
Yeah, somebody's going to weigh in on the guitar bar and the push-up bar that's going to happen there for all that.
Keegan says, I feel like Big Joe is preaching to the choir over here. I agree fully. We need the Jimmies and the Joes.
Thank you. And that is taking playmakers and then plugging guys in there. You know, let me ask you this. You're a Cowboys fan. Do you know the offensive line in the mid-'90s of the Cowboys? Can you name them?
Not really.
All right. Can you name who the receiver was?
Michael Irvin.
Running back?
Emmitt Smith.
Tight end?
Who was the tight end?
Novacek.
Yeah.
Fullback?
Moose.
Yeah. So, I mean, those are the guys who are going to win the games for you. But you need the big uglies up front help push you forward like that. And we had this with Tim last week. We talked about Nick Saban has a great speech about final play of the game as senior of high school. They're on the 15-yard line. They got to score a touchdown to win. He's calling the plays. His coach brings him over and says, "What are you going to call?" He's like, "Well, I'm going to think we're going to do this or that." And his coach says, "No. In this moment, you think about your playmakers, not the plays."
Yeah.
And Saban said that totally switched him in his mind, everything else. Playmakers. You need playmakers, and you got to find the playmakers and plug them in. And you got good guys in the secondary. You got receivers. You got the tight end. You got a running back. I mean, you plug those guys in, then you got a really good football team going forward. But the main cog, the main piece is quarterback. And I'm telling you, man, you were at the game yesterday. You saw Cam get the hell beat out of him.
Yeah.
He got hit 11 times. 11 times he dropped back to pass. He got hit. That's almost a third of the times he drops back, he gets hit. And he stood in the pocket and delivered. You got something there.
0178 said, I got sick off the funnel cakes at Opryland.
Well, how many did you eat, man?
Yeah, funnel cakes are awesome, though.
Aren't they?
I love, like, there's nothing better than a funnel cake at, like, the fair.
All right, real quick, 8033, we've already discussed this about the Star Wars. The scroll was on the re-release. You guys have all weighed in.
I'm seeing people that are saying that I saw it live in theaters in 77 and the scroll had episode 4. And then there's some that are saying that you're right and it didn't. I don't know.
This is something we're going to figure out. In case you missed this earlier, we had a discussion about Star Wars and the crawl at the beginning of the movie about it. Chase thought it said episode 4, A New Hope. Is that right?
Yeah.
A New Hope. And I said, I don't ever remember seeing that on the original. Now, in the re-release, I think they added it, and you guys are saying, majority of y'all are saying that it was not on the original, but now some are saying it was on the original. I don't know, and I'm not going to watch it tonight. I need you guys to figure this out for me.
We will figure it out. But what we have figured out is coming up next. It's time for What Day Is It? Celebrity Birthdays. We'll put a bow on the show on this Monday live at the Circus Sports Kentucky here on 102.5 The Game. Chase a Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Monday at Circus Sports in Kentucky. A lot of people are weighing in on the Star Wars thing. Jack says it was in the original episode 4, but David Janes, one of our producers, has sent me, and I think this is Wikipedia, so
Okay.
whatever. Says yes, the original Star Wars movie released in 1977 had an iconic opening crawl, though it was initially titled simply Star Wars and did not include the subtitle A New Hope or an episode number. The scrolling text was groundbreaking special effect, yada yada yada.
So
the original, I guess the original release did not have it.
okay. Thank you, David James. Good seeing you Friday night.
I mean,
in
I'll
Oakland.
admit to be wrong. Like, I'll admit
Well, it's
when,
not
I'm,
a- it's
when
just-
I'm wrong.
I
I
never saw it. I mean, it wasn't like, yeah, look at me. I just don't remember that being on the original, the movie.
Okay, so here's more context. Just heard the Star Wars debate. The original crawl at the beginning just said Star Wars. The original comic book is what says Star Wars: A New Hope.
But nobody, we're talking movie. But I get that's great.
Yeah,
I get that.
mean, that adds some insight.
So you think they added it on down the line?
Yeah.
Okay.
James has a quick call on this. James, what's up?
Actually, you just pretty much answered it. So I remember a while back I read something about in the 77 release they didn't have the subtitles, but the studio was afraid because the movie was titled Episode 4 that people would get confused. So when they re-released in 81, they added that in to let people know what was going on.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. Thanks for the call.
Thank you.
With that, let's get to what day is it and celebrity birthdays.
All right, here we go. What day is it? Got a few good ones here. All right, celebrate your unique talent day. What's your unique talent? Can you belch pretty good?
Yeah, I got a pretty good belch.
National DB Cooper Day, the guy that jumped out of the airplane, that hijacked the plane, and they took the money, and they never found him.
Yeah.
Who I think turned out to be Harold Melville Henry, by the way. Speaking of Harold Melville Henry, National Sardines Day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's every time you whiff of that breath. And also, this is a wine. I'm going to do a Dr. Crane here. National Carmenere Day. It's a wine. Carmenere. It's got the schwa over the E's like a Dory Jackson had the schwa. Is that what that's called?
I don't know what
that little
means.
line over the E. Yeah, I think it is. So National Camaraderie Day. I don't know. Chase, you're a big wine drinker. You should know that. And National Illustration Day. There we go. All right.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, Brando, you ready?
Oh, ready to go. I got to bounce back after last week.
Yeah. I hope you didn't practice. If you did, that's illegal.
I did not. We're coming in cold. Just going to do what we can. Try our
All
best.
right. All right, here we go. First birthday. Chase, you get to go first because you're here. Our first birthday, Oscar Robertson, the great basketball player who was born, by the way, in Charlotte, Tennessee. Did not know that.
I did not know that either. 76.
I'm going to say 79.
87. Brando,
Wow.
You know what Oscar Robertson's nickname was or is?
Big O.
The Big O.
Yep.
All right, Brando, you get to go now. Former Dodgers catcher Steve Yeager.
Ooh, Steve Yeager.
Yeah. By the way, Jägermeister was not named after him.
Fair enough. Would have been a nice story though.
Right.
We'll go 63.
73.
77. LSU baseball pitcher, Baltimore Orioles pitcher, and he calls games on ESPN. Ben McDonald, who, by the way, hates hockey. Ben McDonald.
Oh, yeah. 58.
56.
58 exactly. Chase on the board. All right, Brando. Colin Hanks. Tom Hanks' son. How old's Colin Hanks?
30.
42.
48.
Wow.
Right? Brando. Wait. Chase. Katherine Heigl, the actor that was in that movie with Seth Rogen. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. Wasn't she on that Grey's Anatomy?
Grey's Anatomy, right?
51.
43.
47. All right. Brando. Former Beatles drummer Pete Best.
Pete Best.
Yep.
Let's go 67.
82.
84. Chase up 3-0. Chase gets to go now. Actor comedian Billy Connolly. The very funny Irish comedian who, by the way, lives in Key West.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? 61.
65.
83. Brando. Actor Dwight Schultz. He was on the original A-Team. He was the crazy guy. I think it was Murdoch.
Yep, he was on Star Trek The Next Generation as well.
Bingo.
Yeah, the original A-Team. Let's go 81.
77.
78. You're down 4-0, Brando. Chase, you can go now. Record producer, musician, Terry Lewis. Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis. How old's Terry Lewis?
65.
72.
69. Brando. Denise Crosby. Actress, Star Trek: The Next Generation. I think she shot JR too.
Let's go 65. That one got some reactions in studio.
74.
68. Chase, get to go now. How old is comedian Brad Sherwood from Whose Line Is It Anyway? And extra points if you know who Brad Sherwood is.
He's on Whose Line Is It Anyway?
All right.
61.
Let's go 83.
61 exactly. And with that, Brando, you lose 6-0. Sorry, buddy.
Man.
Chase plays with his food like that, man. He just kind of moves you around a little bit and you lost. But hey,
It's like
Brando,
the
you
cat and
tried.
mouse, man.
We tried. We said we would try. At least you know I'm not cheating. So
That's right.
we
Thank you,
care
buddy.
about doing things the right way.
Brando.
You did good. You did good.
Brando Calrissian, the mayor of Cloud City.
What do we think happens tonight on Monday Night Football?
Who's playing?
It's
The Niners and
Panthers.
Oh, I want Carolina to win. I'm all aboard. I'm all about the Carolina train now.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I think I am too.
I think that gives Titans fans a lot of hope to watch how bad this franchise was. Carolina's worse than the Titans, and they battled back. They got a competent coach, they got a good quarterback, and they got a good defense. They've drafted really good around Bryce Young. So let's go Panthers tonight.
Yeah, I could see that. So it should be fun. And then we got Thanksgiving, full day of Thanksgiving games on Thursday, which I think will be always a lot of fun.
Yep. Make sure you turn it to 93.3 tonight. I'm hosting the Derek Mason Coaches Show over at the Boulevard down in Merle. So that's from 6 to 7. Roman Gagliano, Nick Vattiato are my guests tonight, as the Middle has their final game next week versus versus New Mexico State. Really loving what Roman Gagliano is doing at MTSU, because all he does is want to throw the ball down the field.
And Derek Mason, it was reported in the Daily News Journal, will return in 2026.
Yep, that's the right move
with the Blue Raiders. So they obviously have something they can build on. That is going to do it for us today here at the Circus Sports at the Mint at Kentucky Downs.
Hey, as we leave all the shows, look, this is Thanksgiving. Let's be thankful for what we got. You know, when I was going through my rough spot, when I woke up every day for 6 months wanting not to be here, I didn't give thanks in anything. And finally, the good Lord said, you know what? Let's start you giving thanks to things. So once I started finding gratitude with things, my life changed. And that's for you. If you're going through a rough spot, find the gratitude, find the good people in your life. I'm telling you, there are people in your life. Every time they think about you, they smile. Every time you call them, they get excited. Every time you walk into a room, they love it. There are people like that in your life. So no matter what you're going through, know there are people there that love you. Please reach out if you need to talk. We are always here for you. I've talked to men at midnight, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, reached out. We are always here because I know our world's a better place because you are here. Know that we love you. More importantly, more than anything else in this world, God loves you.
Amen to that. Peace, love, rock and roll. DVD coming up next. 102.5 The Game.